I was already halfway out of the car when I saw the barricades. Black SUVs, flashing lights muted by the afternoon sun. Men in jackets that didn't say police but didn't need to. The street I'd driven down 100 times was sealed like a wound. I told myself it was a raid on the wrong house, that it had nothing to do with me. Then I saw the address, my mother-in-law's place. I walked forward without thinking. An agent stepped into my path, hand raised, calm voice practiced. "Sir, you can't go in there." "My daughter is inside," I said. My voice didn't sound like mine. Too loud, too desperate. His face changed. Not fear, recognition. "We know," he said. A pause, too long. "That's why we're here." Something cold slid down my spine. "What does that mean?" He glanced toward the house. Windows blacked out. Curtains gone. Evidence bags already stacked on the lawn. "Your wife's mother." "It's been 12 years, he said quietly. "When you see what we found inside, you'll understand why your daughter never wanted to leave." The world narrowed to a single sound. My own breathing. For years, my daughter begged not to go there, cried quietly in the back seat, made excuses, headaches, stomach aches, silence. My wife said it was a phase. "She's sensitive," she'd tell me. "Mom's old-fashioned, strict. She'll grow out of it." I believed her because belief was easier than doubt, because my wife never lied to me, not once, not visibly, not in a way I could prove. But there were fractures, small ones, late-night phone calls she took in another room, her habit of deleting messages, the way she stiffened whenever her mother's name came up, as if bracing for impact, and the way my daughter stopped speaking entirely after weekends there. I told myself it was discipline. Generational differences. Nothing darker. I told myself a lot of things. I didn't confront anyone. I watched. I noticed how my wife never let me pick our daughter up alone from her mother's house. How visits always stretched longer than planned. How she flinched when I suggested therapy. So I did what I do best. I documented. I installed backups she didn't know about. Pulled phone records. Not messages, patterns. Calls routed through burner numbers. A P.O. box paid in cash. I followed once. Parked 2 streets away. Watched my wife enter her mother's house and leave hours later with empty eyes and shaking hands. And my daughter clung to her like someone escaping a fire. Still no proof. Nothing clean. Nothing admissible. Until the school counselor called. Asked if I knew my daughter had been drawing floor plans. Rooms without windows. Doors with locks on the outside. That night I didn't sleep. I ran background searches, deep ones. Old records sealed by juvenile courts. Name changes. A missing persons case from 12 years ago. Closed, unresolved. My mother-in-law's maiden name appeared once, then disappeared. The FBI agent didn't let me into the house. He didn't need to. He showed me photographs. Basement walls reinforced with soundproofing. Cameras hidden behind vents. Journals cataloging obedience and correction. Names crossed out. Dates spanning more than a decade. Children. Not all survived. My wife knew. That was the final blow. Not the bodies. Not the rooms. The knowledge that she knew. She was raised in it, the agent said, almost apologetic. We believe she helped keep it hidden. Not actively, but enough. I nodded. I'd already figured that part out. My daughter came out wrapped in a blanket, eyes hollow, too calm. She didn't look at her mother. She looked at me. And in that moment, I understood everything. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I waited. 3 days later, I handed my wife the folder. No words, just paper. She broke exactly where I expected. Collapsed. Denied. Then begged. She was my mother, she said. I didn't know how to stop her. You knew enough to protect yourself, I replied. Silence. That was the loudest confession of all. I didn't call the police. They were already involved. I didn't threaten her. I didn't have to. I filed for full custody, submitted the evidence, every message, every omission, every lie documented with timestamps and signatures. She watched it happen in slow motion. Powerless, the same way our daughter had been. Now the house is empty. My daughter sleeps through the night. And my wife? She sends messages I don't open, apologies I don't read. Some betrayals don't end with forgiveness. They end with exposure. And I finally understand why my daughter never wanted to leave. She was waiting for someone to see the truth. This time I did. And I didn't look away.